When someone appears in your dream, it can feel mysterious, emotional, and sometimes even overwhelming. You wake up with their face still vivid in your mind, their voice echoing in your ears, and a strange feeling in your chest that lingers long after the dream fades. Many people brush these experiences aside as random brain activity, but from a psychological and health perspective, dreams often reflect something meaningful happening inside you. For centuries, human beings have tried to understand why we dream. Some believe dreams are spiritual messages, while others see them as the mind's way of organizing memories. Modern psychology and sleep science suggest that dreams are closely connected to emotional processing. During sleep, especially in the rapid eye movement stage, your brain becomes highly active. It sorts through experiences, regulates stress, and processes feelings that may not have been fully expressed during the day. So when a particular person appears in your dream, it is often connected to an emotion your mind is still working through. It may be love, longing, anger, regret, gratitude, or even unresolved conflict. Your brain does not randomly choose a face out of billions. It chooses someone who has left an emotional imprint on you. That imprint can be positive or painful, but it carries energy. Think of your conscious mind as the surface of a lake. During the day, you are logical, focused, and practical. You manage responsibilities, conversations, and daily tasks. But beneath that calm surface is a deeper emotional world. Your subconscious mind holds memories, attachments, fears, and desires that you may not fully acknowledge while awake. Dreams are like gentle waves that rise from that deeper water, bringing hidden feelings into awareness. From a health perspective, this process is important. Emotional suppression can lead to stress, anxiety, sleep disturbances, and even physical symptoms such as headaches, fatigue, or muscle tension. When you ignore unresolved feelings, your nervous system may remain in a low level of alertness. Dreams can act as a safe space where the brain releases emotional pressure. Seeing someone in your dream may simply mean your mind is trying to restore emotional balance. Sometimes the person represents unfinished communication. Maybe there were words you never said, apologies you never gave, or appreciation you never expressed. The brain dislikes incomplete emotional experiences. It seeks closure. In sleep, it may recreate scenarios to help you mentally rehearse what was left undone. This is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that your mind is trying to heal. Other times, the person symbolizes a quality or feeling rather than the individual themselves. For example, if you dream about someone who once made you feel safe, it could reflect your current need for comfort and stability. If you dream about someone who hurt you, your mind may be signaling that old wounds still need attention. In this way, the dream becomes less about them and more about your emotional well-being. It is also important to remember that stress levels influence dreams. When you are overwhelmed, your brain becomes more emotionally reactive during sleep. Research shows that heightened stress can increase vivid or recurring dreams. If someone keeps appearing in your dreams, ask yourself gently, am I under pressure? Am I holding on to feelings that I have not processed? Am I avoiding a conversation with myself? Instead of fearing these dreams, view them as messages from your own nervous system. They are not against you, they are working for you. They are signals that something inside you deserves attention, understanding, and compassion. When you wake up, take a few quiet moments before reaching for your phone. Notice what you felt in the dream. Was it warmth, anxiety, sadness, relief? Your emotional reaction is more important than the storyline itself. Recurring dreams about a particular person can be both fascinating and unsettling. When someone appears repeatedly in your dreams, it is rarely random. Your brain is highlighting emotions or connections that need attention, and this can have a real impact on both your mental and physical health. Psychologists note that repeated dream patterns often point to unresolved feelings, unprocessed memories, or internal conflicts that your mind is still working through. Ignoring them doesn't make them disappear. In fact, it can increase stress, affect sleep quality, and subtly influence your mood during the day. From a mental health perspective, recurring dreams act as a mirror to your inner world. They can remind you of love that is unexpressed, grief that hasn't fully been processed, or regret that lingers in the subconscious. Sometimes they reveal a longing for closure. Perhaps there are conversations you never had, or feelings you never acknowledged. When your mind keeps bringing the same person back into your dreams, it is signaling that there is a story between you that hasn't reached resolution. Not facing these emotions can contribute to anxiety, emotional fatigue, or difficulty concentrating. Physically, the effects of these unresolved emotions can manifest subtly. Stress hormones like cortisol can rise if your mind replays emotional experiences during sleep. This can make your body more tense, disturb sleep cycles, or even create physical sensations like tightness in your chest, headaches, or a general sense of restlessness. Over time, the accumulation of unprocessed feelings can affect overall well-being. Dreaming is your brain's natural mechanism to help process these experiences, which is why paying attention to the messages within your dreams can actually support better health. The good news is that there are practical, gentle ways to respond to recurring dreams in a healthy way. One effective approach is reflection. When you wake up, take a few minutes to write down the dream. Note the person, the emotions, and any thoughts that arise. This simple practice helps bring subconscious feelings into conscious awareness. By acknowledging the emotions rather than pushing them aside, you allow your brain and body to process and release tension. Another strategy is mindful self-inquiry. Ask yourself questions like, what is this dream trying to show me about myself? What feelings have I been avoiding? Are there unresolved connections or emotions with this person that I need to understand or release? These questions aren't about blaming anyone else. They are about understanding your own emotional landscape. This can cultivate emotional clarity, helping you respond to life with more balance and self-awareness. Visualization and intentional closure can also be helpful. In waking life, you may not be able to have certain conversations or resolve past experiences with someone, but in your mind, you can create a safe space to express what was left unsaid, apologize, forgive, or simply say the words you never spoke. Doing so allows your subconscious to feel heard and acknowledged, often reducing the frequency of recurring dreams over time. Dreams about love or connection carry a special intensity. If someone appears in your dream because of lingering love, longing, or hope, acknowledge it without judgment. Reflect on what your heart truly desires and consider gentle ways to express or honor those feelings in your waking life. Sometimes the dream is a reminder to nurture yourself, seek meaningful connection, or heal emotional wounds that still influence your present. Similarly, if the dreams bring up pain, betrayal, or regret, see them as a call to inner healing. Forgiveness and self-compassion are not always for others. They are primarily for you. The act of mentally and emotionally processing these feelings supports emotional resilience, reduces stress, and improves sleep quality. This can create a ripple effect, positively affecting your daily energy, focus, and overall sense of well-being. Beyond the psychological and emotional layers, dreams often carry a spiritual dimension that can feel profound and deeply meaningful. Across cultures and spiritual traditions, dreams have been seen as a bridge between the conscious mind and a higher awareness, a place where the soul speaks in symbols, images, and feelings. When a person appears in your dream, it may not just be about memories or unresolved emotions. It could also be a subtle message from your inner self, guiding you toward growth, understanding, or healing. Sometimes the person in your dream represents a lesson rather than themselves. Your mind may use their image to reflect something you need to recognize in your own life. For instance, dreaming of someone who inspired you might signal that it's time to pursue your own passions or embrace courage you've been avoiding. If the dream features someone who hurt you, it could be an invitation to practice forgiveness, not for them, but for your own emotional freedom. These dreams are essentially mirrors, helping you see parts of yourself that require attention, compassion, or action. Dreams can also reveal connections that transcend the physical world. Many spiritual teachings suggest that souls are intertwined and that even when people are absent from our daily lives, their energy can remain linked to ours. Dreams may act as reminders of these subtle bonds, bringing forward unresolved matters or unspoken truths that your conscious mind might otherwise ignore. In this sense, a recurring dream about someone can feel like a gentle tug from your inner wisdom, asking you to acknowledge an unfinished chapter or an emotion that still needs expression. To embrace these lessons, begin by observing without judgment. Instead of trying to control or interpret every detail, focus on the feelings the dream evokes. Ask yourself, what part of me is being shown? What am I resisting, avoiding, or longing for? What can I learn about love, compassion, or acceptance through this dream? By approaching it with curiosity and self-compassion, you open a space for insight and growth. Another approach is intention setting. Before sleep, take a few moments to reflect on what you hope to understand or resolve. Invite clarity, healing, or guidance into your dreams. While it may not produce immediate answers, this practice aligns your subconscious mind with your conscious intentions, often creating more meaningful dream experiences over time. Finally, recognize the power of closure and emotional acknowledgement. Your dreams are calling you to feel fully, to process what is hidden, and to complete the emotional stories that linger in your heart. Whether it is expressing love, releasing pain, or simply understanding yourself better, engaging with your dreams allows you to integrate lessons that benefit both mind and body. Over time, this process can reduce anxiety, improve sleep, deepen self-awareness, and enhance overall well-being. In essence, when someone appears in your dream, it means you are being invited to explore a part of your inner world. They are not random visitors, they are carriers of messages, mirrors of your emotions, and guides to deeper self-understanding. By paying attention, reflecting thoughtfully, and acting with gentle intention, you can transform these dreams from fleeting images into meaningful insights that support healing, growth, and emotional resilience. Your dreams are whispers from your subconscious, reminders of connections, and teachers of lessons your soul has yet to fully embrace. The next time a person visits your dream, receive it with openness and curiosity. Listen closely to what your heart and mind are revealing. Engage with the emotions, honor the messages, and allow yourself to learn from the journey your subconscious has set before you. In doing so, you not only understand your dreams, but also cultivate a healthier, more balanced, and deeply aware life.